You people need not to write anything. I am going to make the recording and I will type it here. After completion of the session, I will share the video and as well as the notes also to you people. To you people. Okay. Right, guys. So in that way, first of all, what we said that we should make a question ourselves. What is SAP? What is SAP? And please do remember, this should not be pronounced as a SAP. It should not be pronounced as a SAP. This should be called as an SAP. It should be called as a SAP. Okay, boss. As which you are saying that it should not be called the SAP, called by as a SAP. We will be calling as an SAP. Is there any particular reason was there to call this as a SAP, not to the SAP? Yes, we have. We have. So what it was? In SAP, each and every letter having their own meaning. That's why they should not be called as a SAP. It was SAP. As like as yes, in the sense of systems, and A means applications, and also P in the sense of products. What exactly by the SAP means systems, applications, and products in data processing. What exactly it mean by that? Systems, applications, and products in data processing. Okay, boss. That was the SAP, the abbreviation. That would be so nice. That would be so nice. But when I'm facing of an interview, if the interviewer is asking that what is the SAP, and I have given this answer, but the interviewer was not yet satisfied. Why? Because he said that this was an abbreviation which I can get this abbreviation by through the any of the Google search also. But I want to know exactly by the what is the system and what was the applications and what it mean by the products. So what exactly it was? What exactly it was? చూద్దాం రా 1 hour కన్నా. Okay, guys, systems in the sense of it's nothing but like a company or any organization. Under that particular company or any organization, under this particular company or any organization, whatever the different transactions which were happening, which we will be calling as an application, which we will be calling as an application. That means whatever the transactions which were happening in an organization, which was called as an application. Manually, whatever the transaction it was there, but when it comes into the systematically, we will be calling as an application. And all these of the applications which were divided by through the or else which can be handled by through the different department, we will be calling as an products. So now we can say here, what is the systems, applications, and products in data processing? Means system is nothing but like in a company or any organization, and whatever the transactions which were happening in an organization, which can be handled by through the different departments, and we will make it into the data processing. And that particular data processing work is called as SAP. And the second point which we should remember that, the second point which we should remember that SAP is not in any software. And even this is not a language also. And even this was not any of the database. Then what it was, what we will be calling in the sense of SAP is comes under into the category of the ERP. So what was an ERP? Which we can set that enterprise resource planning. What was an ERP in the sense of it was an ERP. That means enterprise resource planning. Enterprise is nothing but like in a company or any organization. And that particular company or organization which was running by through the number of the resources. Say for example of money is the one resources, manpower, management, machinery, materials, warehouse, like that. There would be in a multiple of the resources are there. There would be a multiple of the resources are there, and all these of the resources, which we can made into a particular plan. That means in a particular way or in an order, whatever they want. That's what we are calling as an ERP. Okay, boss. Okay, Kiran, as which you said that by the wording wise of the enterprise resource planning, that was good. I can understand. We will make the required resources into a particular planning procedure of that particular enterprise. That was nice. But what is the difference in between of the scenario? What was the difference of the scenario of the software and an ERP? What is the difference of the software and the ERP? Is the both are the same? In the sense of 100%, the both are different. Not only the 1%, 100%, there is a lot of the difference will be there. See, for example, as in the way in example wise, which I will go for here. Let me take the one company. Say for example of Hindustan Lever Limited. Okay. Myself, I am a businessman, which my name is Hindustan Lever Limited. And in my organization, whatever the transactions which were happening, those were handling by through the FI department. FI departments. Now, in my organization, means in my Hindustan Lever Limited, there would be any whatever the transactions which were happening, all these of the transactions which has to make the data storage, and as well as the transactions which can be shared from one department to another department also. So being as a user, what I am going to say that in my organization, whatever the transactions which were happening by through the different departments, all the transactions data should be stored in the backend, and as well as data should be make the share from one department to another department also. So in such a way, when I'm making all these of the transactions by through the manual link, it would be getting a lot of the problems for me. నాకు చాలా ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది. Why? Because manually my finance department was located into the place of X. So for example, my sales department was located into the place of Y. But whenever in the sales department the sales order or the delivery was made, that invoice will be made by through the invoice can be made by through the finance team. Should be made by through the finance team. So in the place of X, whatever the order was generated, that order has to be shared to the finance department of the Y. So every time they has to make a call to the sales from the sales persons to the finance team, and you can prepare the bill, something like that. We have to discuss like that. So it would be a lot of the clumsy for me. That would be a lot of the clumsy for me. So what I am thinking that instead of making all these transactions, with the manual, I said that, dear salesperson, whenever you receive the sales order, so this is your PC. You just enter those of the details into this PC. When you have entered those details into this PC or a system, that would becomes automatically as a pop-up message to the financials. So that's what exactly which I am looking at. So in such a way, as a Hindustan Lever Limited, I want to become as a user, and I want to make my organization into computerized. So what I have done that, I came to your place. That means you are into the 1IT company. And say for example of TCS. And from the user level, as a Hindustan Lever Limited, I came to the TCS and I said that, dear TCS, this is my organization. I am so and so. I want to make my organization into computerized. And in my organization, I have the totally 5 departments and 50 members of the employees, 50 members of the users are there. Can you please give me the solution? As a TCS people, what you said that, as a TCS the team, what you people said that, okay, dear user, you want to make your organization to computerized now? Then do one thing. Just tell me what you want. As per your requirement, our team will make the development of a new software. That means they are going to, that means you are the TCS, myself is an Hindustan. You are going to be develop a new software. But I'm not interested on that one. Why? Because whenever you people are going to be develop a new software at now, it will take a lot of the time to develop each and everything. And even in future, if I want to make any enhancements, that would be also problematic for me. So I don't want to make the development of a new software. Okay, boss, you don't want to make a development of a new software, no? Then do one thing. We are already having some existing software with us. You need not to develop a new one. Something which was already there. We will make a sale to yours. You can purchase from us and you can use it. even even as a user, as a user, I'm not satisfied about of this one also. Why? Because that existing one, whatever it was available from your side, that was not made for me. So in a simple manner, which we can say that there was some of the existing package or software which was already there that didn't be reaches my requirement. That can be suitable for me, may or may not. So I need not to compromise with that existing one. Why should I? I need not to compromise. Okay, boss, you need not to go for the development of a software. And even though you're not ready to take the existing software also, I will give the one more choice. What it was? We are already having some existing one. And just tell me what you want. Whatever your requirement is there, just tell me those of the requirements. Tell me those of the requirements. As per your requirements, our team will make the modification of this one. Our team will make the modification of this one. Just give me a moment. So our team will make the modification of this one. So which one is the better for me? So there was three choices which has been given. One is to developing of a new one. Second one is to take the existing one. And the third one is to modify that existing one as per the user requirement. Okay, so instead of developing of the new ones, and instead of something, what it is, compromising with the existing one, I decided to make my organization into ERP. Third choice is the better. What is the third choice in the sense of modifying of the existing one as per the user requirement? That's what the nature of the ERP. Okay. So what was an ERP and what is the difference in between of the ERP and the software in the sense of either a software which has to be developed, or else it has to be developed or it has been already developed. A software which has to be developed or it was already developed. But what was an ERP in the sense of something which was already developed, and we will make the modification of that something as per the user requirement. That's what is the better choice which I decided, and that's what we will be calling as an ERP. Okay, guys. Okay, boss. As what you said that, I'm happy with this one. I'm happy with this one. But even in ERP also, even in ERP also, there was a multiple of the ERP packages are there, like as Oracle Finance, PeopleSoft, Siebel, BAN, and as well as GD Edwards, and also SAP. In such a way, there was a multiple of ERP packages were there now. But why should the SAP is having that much of the potentiality in this ERP segment? See, the Oracle Finance. If myself is a user, I decided to make my organization into ERP. And if I can go for the Oracle Finance, this was a superb number one which can be used for my finance department. That means how can I make the posting of any purchase invoice, sales invoice, general entries. Like that, all my financial transactions can be happens into this Oracle Finance. As like as PeopleSoft is for the HR. Siebel is for the customer relation management activities. BAN is for the production and purchasing activities. And the JD Edwards is for the sales. That means each and every department which they can work with the different ERP packages. In such a situation, we are not able to make the data sharing from one department to another department. So what is the difference in between of the other ERPs to SAP in the sense of all the other ERP packages are completely working for the particular type of the applications only. In such a way, the data integration from one department to another department was not yet possible. Okay, boss, these of the all the things is not yet suitable for me. Even I'm also accepting this one. When I'm also not accepting this one. Then what about this SAP? In the sense of SAP was developed or introduced by through the company name of SAP AG on 1972 at World of Sitting, and this was based at Germany. So there was one company named as SAP AG on 1972. It has been started in Germany. What they are thinking that we will develop a new ERP package, but that should not be for one company. Even that should not be for one country. Even that should not be for one country. That's why they started the research from the world's smallest organization to the largest organization for all the companies, and as well as for all the global countries also. So they started the research from all the companies and throughout the world and through all the countries also. And whatever they have been collected the requirements, they made everything into this SAP. They made everything into this SAP. And by using the technical of ABAP, which it means by that advanced business application programming language. Advanced business application programming language. So by through this language, whatever they have been collected the requirement, they made everything into the SAP, and also it has been segregated into the different departments, which we can call as a department. That means being as a user, which I am working with the multiple of the resources or multiple of the department, all those of the departments which can be engaged under on one roof. So automatically the data sharing is also possible. The data sharing also possible. In such a way, as a Hindustan Lever Limited, I decided to make my organization into SAP. I decided to make my organization into SAP. 1 second. Yeah, Irfan. बेगमपेट का मतलब कहाँ पे? बेगमपेट में, बेगमपेट मेट्रो स्टेशन पे उतर गए आपने? बेगमपेट नहीं, प्रकाश नगर देखना पड़ेगा। चलो मैं लाइव लोकेशन भेज दूंगा अभी आपको जी, लाइव लोकेशन भेज। Okay, so which we can say that I decided to make my organization into SAP. Make my organization into SAP. So shall I make the purchase of the SAP and shall I make the use? In the sense of impossible. Impossible. Why? Because this SAP was not yet made for only for the Hindustan Lever Limited. It's a global. It's a global. So I made a contract with the one of the IT company which is having the authorization of the SAP, authorization of the SAP, as which is said that I made the contract with you people. That means initial planning was done. And whenever the initial planning was done, and we are going to collect the user requirements. That means client requirement. That's what we will be calling as a business blueprint. And then realization. So first of all, TCS got the project from the so-and-so, and TCS people is collecting my requirement, and as per the TCS requirement, as per the user requirements from the TCS, you are going to be customized that. You are going to be customizing of that one. That means instead of the development, you are going to be modified that SAP package. So whenever you are collecting my requirements in the sense of which I said that what is my finance department and what is my costing department. That means in my organization, how my general ledgers would be there and how my payables will be there. And whenever I am making the payments, what is my banking and what is my receivables? Even in between of this receivables and payables transactions, whatever the discounts which I am getting or which I am paying. And when I am doing this sales and purchases, whatever the taxes will be there. And if there is any customer not paying that, how we can go for the payment reminders to them. And even though whatever the fixed assets the client is having, and for those of the fixed assets, how we can make the depreciation and all the other things. Like that, day one, I will give the contents. By the content wise, we will take this session daily 45 minutes to 1 hour session would be there. Depends upon the concept. Like that, it will take the maximum of the 2 months of the duration. And per day, 45 minutes to 1 hour of the session, and as well as weekly 5 days class. Weekly class would be the 5 days, Monday to Friday. The class will be. Okay, and every day every day, whatever the class will be happening, we will make the recorded session and we will share that recorded video also to your perspective of the mail. So we have the day to day, whatever the recordings will be there, all the recordings will be stored in this manner. And we will share that those of the videos to your perspective of the mail ID and you will get it. And even though the notes also, you will get it from that, whatever we are going to be typing here, or else if they don't solve wrong. Okay, guys, right, Mr. Chaitanya, any confusion from your side or any queries from your side, you can.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
You get back to me.
That's great. That's good. So you just get back to the management team and we can discuss that as per that.
Okay.
So much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.